Now, I'm kind of embarrassed for some in the GOP for them to be assuming that the American public believes that this is a serious discussion when we're talking only about $54 billion in cuts that they have on the table. Certainly that's better than the $4 billion that the Democrats are proposing. But no, we need to be looking more along the lines of a Rand Paul $500 billion cut. And granted that's a more long-term than just these continuing resolutions and the cuts that we need to make there to sustain our government. But no, we need much greater cuts and a more pro-growth development, pro-industry agenda being plugged into these budgets in these coming days, certainly much more than the $60 billion or $54 billion cut that's on the table.
So in essence, are you disappointed then that when Paul Ryan was on this program, he said, all right, we got to deal with last year's business because the Democrats didn't pass a budget. But he says in April they're going to deal with entitlement reform, deal with the bigger cuts. Do you think politically it would be advantageous? Mike Pence says, you know, let's have a fight right now. Do you think they should fight for all the cuts they want now and not wait till next year?
Absolutely. They need to be bold and strong, and they need those still spines, and they need to keep Americans believing that the GOP principles will be able to be those things when they're plugged in appropriately to get the economy back on the right track. We're going to lose faith in the party if we just take these little tiny baby steps, you know, million here, billion there, to start ratcheting down a $14 trillion debt. No, we need to bite off some big chunks today, and if that takes a fight, then hopefully the GOP leadership is willing to fight for America's future.
It seems